What's up, guys? Welcome to Suplex Spotlight, and today I'll be breaking down my thoughts on Monday Night Raw. Last night's show was a good show. It had like highs and lows, but I really loved the highs. But it was a solid show. It was a solid show. Balanced, very balanced. But I'm gonna start with the lows, and the first low is having the Newcastle Republic lose in their hometown. I don't know why they did it. I guess the New Day is like seeking to go for the World Tag Team Champions, but I don't understand why they made a huge return for Tyler Bates reuniting with Pete Dunne in London, in their hometown, and then having them lose to the New Day. It didn't make sense to me. But I think they're trying to build them up, bring the momentum up. I don't know, but I feel like they should have won. And then the other low would be Rhea Ripley, just Rhea Ripley. The match she had with Io, with Bianca Belair being the special guest referee for the World Heavyweight Champion, was good. It's just the direction they're taking Rhea Ripley in. I don't understand. Like she's causing most of her downfall throughout this whole storyline. Like it's more of like an ego thing for her, where she's more like she thinks she's high and mighty, like the strongest world champion there is. Whereas Io is basically beating her with mind games as well. Like that's what she did the last time. And she's missing like she's keeping her eye off the ball. I don't understand why. Like the first when she lost the women's world champion, she was concentrating on Bianca when she was supposed to concentrate on Io. It didn't make sense, but we'll see where it goes. I honestly don't like the way they're portraying her because Rhea Ripley is a very smart wrestler. Like she didn't hold the World Heavyweight Championship for almost a year just by, I don't know, being egotistical or not being smart. She's a smart wrestler. She's very calculated. She doesn't dwell on emotions or use her emotions to win matches. So maybe this is a new character arc, and all I can say is let's see where this goes. But let's go to the good. Um, Gunther and Jay. What Gunther did to Jimmy was diabolical. Diabolical. And to see Jay helpless, tied with the zip ties on the rope, trying to save his brother, it was sad, man. Jimmy bleeding all over the place, Gunther rubbing his blood, licking his blood. Disgusting, by the way. But it was sad. It was just sad. And like you could see that Jay was like trying his best. And Jimmy did tell him that I don't want your help. So I don't fault Jay with not helping, but like Jay did warn Jimmy that Gunther's dangerous. So you gotta be careful, tread carefully with what you're trying to do in the ring. And obviously after the match, Gunther attacked Jimmy, and then Jay came out, tried to save Jimmy. Gunther ran away, and you'd think that the segment is finished. Okay, next on to the next match. Nope. Straight after the break, Gunther comes and attacks Jay and Jimmy. Jimmy down on the floor. This gent tried to end Jay's life, bro. Tried to powerbomb him off the stairs, but the security came, powerbombed the security off the stairs, and then took the zip tie of the security. Actually, let me just say this WWE securities are useless. Useless. But anyway, took the zip tie of the security and tied Jay onto the rope and beat Jimmy senseless. And you can see Jimmy was trying, but like, yeah, it was brutal. It was brutal. And then we had Logan Paul and AJ Styles. Obviously, they're gonna be having like a match at WrestleMania. Logan Paul had like one up AJ Styles. So we'll see where that goes. Honestly, to me, that's like a random match, but it's a dream match. Well, not necessarily a dream match. It's a must-see match. Like both high flyers, and Logan Paul is very talented. As much as I don't like him that much, but like he's very talented, and we'll see how what he does with AJ Styles, who's like one of the best wrestlers right now in WWE, like a veteran wrestler. So we'll see where that match goes and how it how it goes goes down actually at WrestleMania. And then we have Braun Breaker, Penta in a tag team match against the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. The Judgment Day won, surprisingly, but the the interesting part is obviously Braun Breaker making that mistake and like spearing Penta. Obviously, Dominic Mysterio pushed Finn out the way, but it caused tensions between the two, and they lost the match. And then you'll have Penta and Braun Breaker bickering and backstage. So this build for the IC title is looking good so far for me. Honestly, I'm expecting, like I said, I've been saying for weeks, I'm expecting a multi-man match, but we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. Everyone is looking out for the Intercontinental Champion. And hear me out. Hear me out. If Finn does win the Intercontinental Champion at WrestleMania, I say if this does happen, because there's been some form of disagreements happening within the Judgment Day between Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor, I say Dom should dethrone Finn. Why? Because I think he would make a good IC champion. He's scummy. He's a heel, like hated heel. And I don't know. I think the Intercontinental Champion needs to be held hostage for a bit. Not by a top superstar, because they would be needed to wrestle, but by someone like Dominic Mysterio. It will make for a good storyline and probably also kick Finn Balor out of the Judgment Day. He's been wanting to add a new member. This is the opportunity. Him becoming the leader and kicking out Finn Balor. So that's what I think should happen if Finn Balor wins. But like I said a few weeks back or last week, I want Sheamus to win, but he hasn't been on TV lately, so I don't know about that one anymore. But yeah. And then finally, I wanted to speak about that promo between John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Obviously, John Cena came out thinking he was gonna berate, belittle the crowd again. Cody said no, bruh. I want you to come at me this time because John Cena hasn't been attacking Cody Rhodes directly for the past few weeks. I don't know why. And actually, I have a theory. I think it's because he really doesn't have a problem with Cody Rhodes because Cody Rhodes admired him and was basically under his wing in a way when the fans were within mixed emotions for John Cena. So that's why I think he didn't want to attack Cody until Cody obviously told him, bro, you're having a match with me. Like, come at me. And Cody's trying obviously to give into that, like, go after me. Like, I'll give you pointers, like, go after my lips or something like that. John was like, nah, bro, I'm not gonna go after you. Just look yourself in the mirror. Look at who you are. I didn't have to leave WWE to establish myself. You are this perfect creation that had to leave to come back and become the top star. And what I liked about this promo actually is the rebuttals they had for each other. Because as much as John Cena had like blunt shots towards Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes had blunt shots too. Like he was throwing jabs towards John Cena. And for the most part, he was just telling him that you calling me fake? You calling me like you calling me crafted by the system? Here's one thing. I I was chosen by the fans. You were chosen by a guy we can't even talk about anymore. Bro, see that line? That line has so much depth into it. And I don't really want to mention his name. I mean, he's given us like a lot, but that line has so much depth into it because John Cena was more of a baby face who was shoved down our throats for years. And I like John Cena. I don't like I love John Cena since I was a kid. He's still my favorite wrestler today until he retires. Top one. But you get him who was like crafted by this gent and shoved down our throats. But you get Cody Rhodes, who made a name for himself in the indies, into other companies, starting in another company, even having a whole show surrounding individuals who have been let down by the bigger corporation. Made sure that he made a name for himself, and then he came back to the big time, became the WWE champion. So there were like some true jabs thrown to each other there. And then obviously there were like subtle jabs, like belittling each other and all that stuff. Hey, that promo for me solidified how much of a big match this would be. Closing out WrestleMania Night 2. It's going to be a bang. It's going to be a bang. And honestly, 17 is still coming. I ain't afraid to say it. 17 is still coming for me. But yeah, so that was Raw. I think it was a solid match. It had depth to it. Although there were like small, um, nitpicking, minor things that I would nitpick from the show, but I love like the way the show was structured. Nothing took too long and nothing had like a short time, like a short space of time to basically develop a story in between. So I love the way it went, and I can't wait to see Jay crash out because the last time Jimmy got beaten up, Jay beat the living shit out of Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa alone. So we'll see where Gunther stands next week, and yeah. So comment down below. Tell me what you think of last night's Monday Night Raw. Leave a like, make sure you subscribe, and click on the notification bell to get notified when new videos are dropped. And I'll see you next time. Peace.